All right, guys, welcome back to the 2022 Cranbury Park Ice Bowl. Jim from Disc Golf Brah here with Jamie Bean from Disc Golf Brah. We got a combo. What do you think after the front nine, Jamie?
Front nine was great. Those wooded holes, you could see the stress was on, but I thought they handled it well, and I'm super excited for the back nine.
Same. We got Jeff Cahill -3, Kyle at -2. We got some big contenders up here. It's going to bring us right to hole 10, 352. This one's a fun one. Par 3, you got to get over this ledge and kind of trickles down to this collection area. What are you throwing here?
So I like the backhand option, maybe a destroyer off the tee. You want to hug the right side. There is OB though, so you want a disc that's going to hyzer back to the left and go into this kind of valley that the basket sits in, and this is it.
This is Kyle's Ethereal Animus here, and this is great. Super beefy, gets a nice roll down the hill. And right by that log is kind of where you want to be. And gets a little more slide there. Yeah, it's a good shot.
Same route.
Jeff going to a beat-in destroyer here, a Ricky destroyer, I believe. And a little higher, so it's going to get a nice slide kind of up higher on that hill.
Yeah, like you said, if you get down to that log, though, you have a nice birdie shot uphill.
That's where you want to be. Bobby with this Thunderbird. This is a little more inside, and it's going to show. It's going to kind of be right at the bottom of the hill, but again, not a bad shot. Got to hit that first gap. That's important.
That hill's also steeper than you think it is. It really goes down pretty far down to a road.
Chris with a little more height on this destroyer here, but ends up right where Kyle is. That's going to be a good one. Keith going to his Calvin destroyer here. Unfortunately, drills this first tree and gets this humongous kickback.
Oh, no.
And this one, I think, shook him up. That's a tough one. So he kind of does this quick forehand. This is with his FD here.
He's got a gap, though.
Got a gap. Tries to do a little too much. Maybe flex it out.
Yeah.
And still's got some work left. Big up and down here. Just throws a nice putter out there. Looking to have it settle. And that's a great shot.
Okay,
Great kick
good
there.
save.
Anything down there is great. So this is where Kyle ended up. I don't know, about 50 foot maybe. Uphill a little bit.
Yeah, he's outside circle one.
Great putt. Good run. Bobby's got this small tree to contend with here.
It's a nice play, though, if you're sitting down there. Just putt up for birdie. If you don't make it, you're going to sit on the hill.
Like you said, these guys are putting off ice. That was a great run from Chris there. They're putting off ice. Their footing is bad, and they're looking to have the disc just settle. It's not easy. Great inside gap. Jeff is on a complete tear here.
Chain grabber.
Great birdie. I believe that's 4 in a row for Jeff.
Wow.
It's a great putt.
And Keith to end this hole and move on.
Moving on. If I get 1 birdie on this course, I'm happy. Jeff just hit 4 in a row. That's a feat.
Yeah, he's crushing it. Ooh.
Good catch there from Kyle.
Thought that was out.
And he knows it. This card it was a lot of fun, right? They all know each other. There's a lot of camaraderie. They're rooting for each other. It was great to be a part of. Good par from Bobby there. Again, on the back, these guys are making it look easy.
Yeah, this is the disc golf Connecticut scene at its finest.
Agreed. I think the only bogeys we see maybe are early tree kicks. But these guys know how to par holes. It's going to bring us to hole 11, 285. This one's a straight shooter. Right up the gap. You got to throw something straight. 285. Great hole.
Yeah, and I like, actually the ice helps with this because if you're a little short, you're on that path and you will slide all the way to the basket.
Agreed. Lower is better for sure. Jeff ripping on a T-bird here. Puts a nice turn on it.
Could he get the flip? No.
Hyzer's out a little early.
But he's still in an okay spot.
It's that Champ Plastic for sure. Yeah, not bad. This is another Pathfinder from Kyle here. And a little inside, but it is open in there if you can get through those trees. And fights his way through about pin high.
Which he does.
So that'll putt. I think this is a Glow Rock from Bobby here. Lovely disc.
Right down the middle.
And that thing is seasoned.
Look at that. Look at the line that held.
I mean, you got to throw it straight. I don't know how to do that. Let's take another look at this. And this is just great. Dead straight. This is what everyone says. You got to learn how to throw straight. Well, how do you do that? Bobby shows you how to do that. That's a great shot.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
That's a tap-in birdie for Bob there. And Chris turning over on a T-bird a little here. Hits that early tree. And I think it lands right by the rock wall. This rock that Keith is throwing, he unfortunately broke at a tournament challenge, team challenge this past weekend. So you're seeing a ghost disc flying around there. Yeah,
and he loves his rocks.
He
right?
loved that thing. Yeah, it's a sad day. Tough spot.
Even with mistakes on this hole, it's still easy to clean up for the par.
For sure. Yeah, in theory, this is probably the easiest hole, averaging right around par. So definitely a good hole. Kyle wanted that one, definitely. All right, so Keith got a little bit of room here. A little misrelease. You take your par and walk away. You know, nothing's wrong with the par here.
And you got to wonder, are these guys using hand warmers? Is there any method to keep your hand at least somewhat flexible to hold that disc? It's not an easy day.
Well, Jeff, his hand was on fire with all those birdies. Unfortunately, cooled down a little bit with that bogey. That's one of the first bogeys he's seen in a while, but
I'm surprised.
You shake that off. Little Brah traffic there on the basket. Kyle with the veteran move, grabbing the putter.
Brah.
Chris tapping in there. Awesome hole. Great birdie out of Bobby.
That's one way to hold the disc. You see, Kyle?
That's a tone setter there. That's going to bring us to hole 12. This is a shorty, 262, par 3, big hyzer backhand. We do have OB long beyond that rock wall, so you got to throw something that pans and turns and hyzers out, but also fades.
You're going to want a disc down for this. I like the option of a gator. I think you're going to see some putters.
Yeah, this is a Firefly out of Bobby. Nice height on this one. And gets stuck right up by that tree, but that's going to putt. This is an Anvil out of Kyle. Super beefy. Solid height. Fortunately hits that tree.
Yeah, there's a couple early trees there. You want to push it out, but you have the rock walls OB, so you have to find that middle ground.
I believe this is a gator out of Chris here. Good amount of height there. That tree actually was not a bad tree because that was...
I like the gator play.
This is a Sky God 3 out of Keith. Good height. Sneaks by that tree.
Oh.
And
there we go.
I'm sure that's not what he meant to do, but that's going to putt.
Yeah, he'll take it.
CTP there for Keith. That's nice. And Jeff going to that Gator 3. Gets around the corner. Great shot. Right about where Keith landed there. So Kyle's just going to get this up towards the basket. Nice snow splash there. I'll take that. Chris doing the same. Did you?
That was a good line.
How'd you play this hole? Everything went according to plan?
Yeah, no, I parred it.
There you go.
A gator, and I came up a little short and then laid up for the par.
That's all you can do. Awesome comeback there
Right
from
on the
Jeff.
right side.
That's how you come back from a bogey. You hit a birdie, right? That's how you do it.
Exactly how you do it. Bobby making it look easy.
Nice and smooth. That's kind of Bobby's play there. Smooth, confident play. Keith wanted that birdie. He'll take a par. Kyle tapping in his par as well. Not much action on this hole. You either kind of par or you get a birdie. Only going to see some bogeys if you go out of bounds.
I feel
Pretty
when you step
straightforward.
up to it, though, you really want the birdie.
For sure. It's going to bring us to hole 13. This hole is tough. 350, super wooded. Couple plays you can go here. Kind of a flex over forehand. You can kind of go straight through this micro gap backhand. It's a tough one.
So, day of the tournament, you can hear everyone talking about 13 a little bit. A lot of chirps about this hole. I personally think it's the toughest hole.
And Bobby says, hold my beer. I'm just going to go through this crazy gap. And
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said anything.
I'll be right near the basket. Unbelievable shot. One of the best shots I've ever seen on this hole. Maybe one of the best shots ever.
Wow.
It's a great shot. Jeff trying to do
Will
the same
Jeff
thing.
follow? No. That shot by Bobby was amazing.
It was amazing, and you know he was planning on doing that. It wasn't just like a gap he found. That's what he does. Kyle with his Vodum here, kind of on a little early gap, and hits that tree and just kind of drops. But up and down there, that's not bad. This is a tough 3 to get. 100% bonus birdie, but if you get a bogey, you understand.
Yeah, and if you go off to the right side, let's say on a tree hit, it's very difficult to get out of that thick wooded area.
Agreed. All right, so Chris not in a bad spot. This is Keith And this line is actually great. This is pretty low. Gets right through that main gap that Bobby went through. Just hyzers out a little early. Right next to our catch cam guy, Q there. Shout out to Q.
Almost hits the B basket.
There we go. So about pin high, just has a little work to do. Jeff kind of in trouble here, going back to that gator. That's kind of his get out of jail disc.
And here's that spot I was talking about. Once you're in there, it's pretty tough to get out, but Jeff does a great job.
Great job. A little further, that would have been in trouble. A little shorter, that would have hit the tree. So great shot there. Chris almost rings one up.
And you do have OB behind the basket, right at that rock wall.
And this is where a lot of dog walkers hang out, and they like to gaze. The dogs like to watch, you know?
Oh, yeah, they hang out. They just stop. They try to distract your putt.
I don't blame them. All right, Kyle was really running that. That was an aggressive run, and he knows that rock wall is there, which is fine. But he was really going for that one. Keith with some good height here. You know, a little more length. All right, so this is where Bobby ended up, which is absolutely insane.
It's amazing.
350 feet, pured.
Can he close it?
Yeah, this is a sad one. No birdies on this hole, round one. It's kind of unheard of to get a birdie there. That would have been amazing. Still a great shot. You know, you can't be mad at a par, but
no, don't take away from that drive. That was
Incredible.
a great drive.
Incredible. And that was the Star Corvette, which must be super beat in, right? That's kind of a crazy disc that Bobby threw there.
Yeah, but you know what? If he knows how to throw that, then he's going to put it all the way up to the basket, just like we saw.
That's it. Tap ins all around. That brings us out of the woods to hole 14, 298. Again, one of them, kind of the more signature holes on this one. Just got to get it out there.
An open field. Wow.
It's nice to see. Got to get it through these trees. Played tough on this day because of all the ice. I mean, that's a sheet of ice out there.
Walking path on the left is OB. It comes into play for your approach shots here.
Definitely. A lot of these tee shots, too, take big skips. Bobby started it way wide with that Thunderbird and nestled right by that bush, which is fine. That's kind of the safe place where you want to be. You can get to those early trees and you can kick out of bounds, so going further is not bad. Good height, good spot here from Jeff.
With a bomb. He's going to nestle right into the circle.
I think that's Jeff's Firebird. It could be a Ricky Destroyer, and that's great. Gets right through. Kyle going back to that ethereal Animus there. And he also starts it pretty wide, but this thing is going to skip because it's coming in hot. And if it missed that little stump there, that was
unlucky kick.
Kissing chains. And look at that thing just dance around.
It's still going.
A lot of that going on today. A lot of discs dancing around. Fun to watch. Chris getting a nice little air bounce here. And a big skip in. Just needs it to sit there, which it does. That's fine.
Yeah, you have trees to that side, too. That will stop it.
Keith going back to that FD. Puts it on a nice height. Hoping to skip right in and nestle. And, yep.
Would you say for the most part Keith throws slower discs?
I would say so, yeah. He's a very smart player. Throws a lot of rocks. Throws a lot of FDs. That was a great shot. Chris with a decent bid there. But look at that.
That's the OB that I'm talking about. I don't think he's in it, but it's very close to that spot.
It can come into play with a putt like Bobby's here if he misses and it just goes. Fortunately, this kind of slows down, but you never know where these discs are going, especially if you hit the top band. Look how far Chris landed away.
And Chris laid a towel down because that's how icy this spot was.
Yep. You'll see a lot of guys do that. This is Kyle's birdie putt here. And that's a great putt.
Great putt, Kyle.
And he's going to skate in on his feet. You can see he's got tracks on there. Veteran player, knows how to handle the elements. You can see Bobby with the towel as well. No joke. I mean, this is ice. This is not snow. This is all ice. You got to hit your putt here or else it's moving away.
Nice birdie from Keith.
Great birdie. And Chris kind of sneaks in that bogey there. This hole is simple unless you miss your putts and stuff like that happens. Jeff back on that birdie train, and he's the conductor today. He's having a great round.
They're stepping up to that basket slow. No one wants to slip.
Little shout out to our sponsor here, Ruane Golf, disc golfers, attorney at law. What a combo. You can't beat them. Check them out. Thanks for sponsoring this. This is really cool, you guys. It's going to bring us to hole 15, 294, par 3. This is a really cool hole. I like the way it ends kind of on this mound. Pretty simple shot. You just got to get it down there.
Yeah, I like the downhill play with the ice. You could be short and slide right up to this mound. There is OB behind the basket and to the left side down on this hill.
Yep. Jeff does exactly what you say. Plays the hills. Skips right down there.
Love it.
And that thing's going to spin
And he did
around.
get lucky, though, going through a little bit of those shrubs.
For sure. Kyle with this waffle harp. I like this play as well. Standstill, forehand flex. And, yep,
You just want to sit it on that hill.
that's how you birdie. Yeah, unfortunately, you can get there today and it still rolls away. That can happen. Keith's is hyzering out a little bit, and that's actually fine. Yep.
Oh, the stairs stopped him.
Scary putt, and also scary grabbing your disc on a day like today. You really got to skate down.
I was watching people, they couldn't even get up that mound.
And actually a really good kick for Bobby there. Kind of kicked to the right and got closer to the hole. He'll take that. Nice turn on it for Chris here. I mean, this is how you do it. These guys are throwing some great shots here.
Yeah, they're showing us how it's done. They're playing this hole smart. You do not want to go OB.
That was about like a 50-foot slide away for Chris. It was unfortunate because that was a great shot. And this luckily kind of sits too, but
If you're going to miss high, shooting uphill.
Jeff back on that train. He really likes those birdies.
Yeah, Jeff is not messing around.
Local player, definitely knows the course, been around for a while, but really showing us how to play this course. Good putt for Chris there. Birdie out of Bobby.
There we go.
Take that. Kept the camera rolling because you never know when someone's going down. You know what I mean? I don't want anyone to fall, but if it does,
It's an insurance
I hope
policy.
it's on camera. Keith making it look sketchy, getting his disc. And Kyle's going to kind of tap in this birdie here. Definitely a birdie you want. There's a couple holes on this back where you just want the birdie. Pretty straightforward birdies.
Yeah, hole 11, 15, 2 ones you definitely want to try to birdie.
Kyle's having a good time. That's going to bring us to hole 16, 328 par 3. Another kind of up and down hill. We have OB on the left, which comes into play. Tough hole, but it's kind of right in your face. You just got to hit it.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of fairway drivers straight down the middle, right to the basket. You don't have a lot of trees.
Jeff ripping on a T-bird, gets a little turn on it. But this is going to check up nicely. Sometimes
Yeah.
I think the snow or the ice can almost help if you hit kind of a mound a little bit there.
If you had some strategy to it, definitely.
Kyle ripping on this Pathfinder. And this is great. Just a straight shooter there.
Circle 1.
Keith going to another, I think this is a PD, looking to get a little more pump on it.
Oh, I'm surprised he went with a faster disc.
Fortunately hits that tree there. So this is Bobby's Brinster T-bird. And Bobby knows this hole like the back of his hand, I'm sure. And that's how you do it.
Thanks. Great shot.
Shows everyone how it's done.
So we know Bobby and Jeff and Chris, they play this course all the time. But really surprising to see Kyle and Keith really dominate and play well here. It's a great card to watch. We can see some dogs like that.
Yeah.
Some dog photographers were out. There was a lot going on. And Keith going to that zone, and I thought he was going to ring that up when he let it go.
Wow. That was a good bid.
Scary thing about running it here, and we can see some dogs coming in. Scary thing about running it here
Hey,
is
there we go.
you get some big skips, so you either got to put it in the basket or you got to expect a little roll away. But great putt there from Keith.
Oh, yeah.
Chris feeling good after a birdie there, much needed birdie. And another turkey there for Jeff. Turkey master today.
Jeff.
Bobby with a nice easy tap in
A
bird.
little wobble, but it's dead center.
A little bobble.
Ooh.
Bobby wobble. Great putt there from Kyle. Bunch of birdies. And we're cruising. We're going to hole 17. This is a straight tunnel kind of straight shot here. 282, par 3. Straighter than it seems. It's a good one.
Like you said, classic tunnel shot. Right down the middle. Trees on either side. You do not want to land left or right.
Similar to hole 11 where it's just straight, but this one has a lot more in your way.
And I feel like they're going to be throwing around the same disc from the last hole.
definitely. Good shot out of Jeff there. You can see that Heiser's out, and he's got a little work to do. Kyle going back to that Pathfinder there. Gets a little too much turn on it, but that'll putt-ish.
He's right in circle 2.
Yeah, really good hole here. It's kind of a good challenger before hole 18.
Bobby with the T-bird.
And this is great. I think this hole 17 had a little crosswind on it. This is where you can't really feel the wind through these trees, but it comes off of hole 14 and 18, which is that wide open field. And you can tell it starts to kind of push these discs towards the end. And I like this start from Chris. It just never kind of turned over. I think that's that wind kind of pounded it down.
Yeah, you're right. Put it right to the left side.
And Keith with a nice move on this one. Maybe a little too much height. But if this kind of sits and kicks, yeah, that'll work out.
Not bad. We've seen Keith hit those putts.
So Chris right by the short basket, doing a little flex forehand, and that'll work. Bobby could really use a birdie here,
Right on top.
but
Keith for par.
so big
I'm
putt,
sorry, that was his birdie.
birdie putt there. We got a nice birdie putt coming from Kyle. You would love to hit this birdie down 2 on Jeff here. And I don't
Nose
think he
down.
I don't think he was laying it up. Yeah, I think it was just a misrelease. Jeff just keep on birdieing. So this is where he's kind of pedal to the metal, right? He's starting to pull away and just throwing great shot after great shot,
Yeah,
and then
you
hitting
can
the
see
putts.
it.
You know,
He's hitting everything.
that's what's making the difference. When you look at the scoreboards, I know they don't show pictures, but you know they're hitting their putts. Couple tap-ins there. That's going to bring us to our finale hole, round 1, hole 18, 567, par 4. We got OB on the left, OB on the right, and then we have this kind of island OB once we get down here, but pretty straightforward hole here.
Yeah, I like that we end with a par 4, open field. We go back into the woods. Like you said, there is OB around that basket, so it does make it a little tricky, but we get to see some power throws right now.
Definitely. This is a beat-in Ricky Wysocki destroyer out of Jeff, and started to turn off the bat, but Heiser's out nice like it should. And yeah, right by that tree is where you want to be. That's a great shot.
So I feel like you did see a lot of people throwing slightly to the right. I don't know if it's just that we're stepping up to 18 after round 1. The nerves are gone a little bit. The power's coming out. But it seems like a little too much Anheuser sometimes.
Yep, and we see this. And there's that wind I think I was talking about. It pushes Kyle's. That's a halo destroyer that just sits up in those kind of pricker trees. And
There's no 2-meter rule.
that's a misfire there, yeah. This is Bobby's halo destroyer. He's trying to make the adjustment from Kyle, which he does. And this is a great shot.
Yeah, that's what you want right there.
Kind of a stock shot for these guys, right? Just kind of like a Heiser big driver. But they're making it look easy.
Yeah, I'd say if anything, it's the approach that you really want to take your time with here.
Yep. This is Chris's Avery destroyer here, this blue one.
And that's going to fight back.
Yep, right over by our catch cam guy there. Yeah, anything near the sidewalk is a great shot. Here's Keith with the Calvin destroyer. And unfortunately it gets a little too over on this. It's got to fight out. Gets into that OB area, unfortunately never gets out. It just kind of leaves and
those
snow in
destroyers
there.
are beefy too.
Yeah. It's that wind. It's kind of a wind and a mix of a couple of things. Here we can see Kyle's disc just kind of floating up there. So they were talking for a while because they weren't sure where the line of play was. They had 2 flags at the end there, so to determine the out of bounds took a little while.
Okay.
Kyle finally took his relief, and here's his upshot with that harp.
Great shot, dude.
Yeah. Great shot.
Yep, right in circle 1. It's a great putt right there.
Probably one of the hardest things I find is like shooting at OB, right? How do you shake that off and just throw a great shot? That's tough.
It's the mental game.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys know how to do it. Us Brahs are still learning that.
Big time learning. Great shot from Chris. This is Keith's zone here. And yep.
Sit.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. The OB is not too far behind that basket.
This is Jeff's Gator 3 again. And he's just chalking it up.
Jeff's locked in at this point.
He's got a fun kind of gameplay, right? He throws a nice backhand big drive and then goes to a forehand just to get it up there.
Yeah, I like the strategy.
Bobby with that lefty forehand zone. And that's good. This is where the leaves and the snow kind of come into play because that just sits back there. So Big putt for Kyle here. You know he went out of bounds. Definitely needs to hit this. Fortunately, just tugged it a little bit.
A little to the right.
Birdie putt here from Bobby, and that's
Nice
a great birdie.
And he played smart, right down the middle.
Great round out of Bobby.
Approach up.
And this is a tough way to end the round
Okay.
for Kyle. He put some authority on that one, right? So a little shook up, I think, on this hole. I think when you go out of bounds like that, it's hard, like I said, to shake that off. And a couple of tough putts for Kyle.
Yeah, I think the mental game is coming in.
Good birdie for Chris. Good way to end. Not his ideal round, but good birdie to finish.
But he hung in there, and he cleaned it up, too.
Definitely. Jeff with an amazing round. -9, course record.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Great birdie to finish. Keith going to tap in his par. Remember, he went out of bounds. Kyle with a triple bogey. That's a tough way to end.
All right, pick yourself up, Kyle.
There we go.
Round 1's done.
Jeff Cahill, course record 48, -9. Unbelievable round. Bobby, great round after starting OB on hole 1. Really turned it around, -4. Kyle, -2. That triple bogey was tough, but we have some great names up at the top there.
We have Matt Geffert getting into the mix with that ace, huh?
Yeah. Pays to ace. Always
Pays
remember that.
to
You got it to
ace.
ace. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll catch you in round 2. Appreciate you watching. This is Jim and Jamie from Disc Golf Brah, and we'll see you at round 2.
See ya.